1975 Mr. Olympia Backstage. Arnold sees his competitor's new pose and says, "This is magnificent. The judges will love it." The competitor is shocked. "But this could beat you." "Arnold, I know. Use it anyway." Next night, Arnold wins. But his competitor places second with the pose Arnold taught him. Pretoria, South Africa. September 1975. Friday evening, 6:30 p.m. Mr. Olympia Backstage. 24 hours before the prejudging. The pump room is tense. 15 competitors. All of them preparing. All of them nervous. All of them knowing that tomorrow night, under the lights, years of work will be judged in minutes. The air smells like tanning lotion, liniment oil, and anxiety. Bodybuilders move through poses. Some pump with light dumbbells. Others stretch. A few sit quietly, visualizing their routines. Everyone dealing with pre-competition stress in their own way. Arnold Schwarzenegger sits on a bench in the corner. 30 years old. 240 pounds. 6-time Mr. Olympia champion. This is his territory. This is his domain. He's won this competition so many times that some people think it's boring. Predictable. Arnold shows up, Arnold wins. That's just how it works. But Arnold doesn't see it that way. Every competition is a battle. Every stage is a war. Doesn't matter if he's the favorite. Doesn't matter if he's won 6 times. On that stage tomorrow, he has to prove it again. Has to earn it again. Championships aren't inherited. They're defended. He's calm, confident, but not complacent. He's visualizing his routine, thinking through each mandatory pose, each transition, each moment under the lights, preparing mentally for what's coming. Across the room, a younger competitor is practicing poses in front of a mirror. Ed Corney, 47 years old, one of the most elegant posers in bodybuilding history. Not the biggest, not the most massive, but beautiful, artistic, graceful. His transitions are legendary. His presentation is poetry. Ed has been competing for years. Never won Mr. Olympia. Always close. Always in the top 5. But never first. Never the champion. People respect him. People admire him. But people also assume he'll never beat Arnold. He's too old. Too small. Not enough mass. Ed knows this. Knows what people think. And it drives him. Makes him work harder. Makes him search for any edge he can find. Any way to close the gap between good and great. Tonight, Ed is working on something new. A pose variation. A transition he's been developing for months. It's a variation on the classic vacuum pose, where you suck in your stomach, expand your rib cage, and create this incredible V-taper effect. But Ed's version is different. More dramatic. More artistic. He hits the pose. Inhales deep. Expands his chest. Pulls his stomach in tight. His rib cage flares. His waist disappears. His lats spread wide. The V-taper is extreme. Impossible. Like his torso is defying physics. Then he adds something extra. He raises his arms slightly. Not a full double bicep. Just a subtle lift. Hands behind his head. Like he's relaxing. But the pose showcases everything. Chest. Shoulders. Lats. Abs. Vacuum. Taper. All at once. It's stunning. Genuinely stunning. Not just technical. Artistic. The kind of pose that makes you forget you're watching a bodybuilding competition and think you're in an art gallery. Ed holds it for 10 seconds. Relaxes. Breathes. Checks himself in the mirror. He's pleased. This could work. This could be the edge he needs. Something Arnold doesn't do. Something nobody does. He practices it again. Refining the arm position. Adjusting the head tilt. Making it perfect. Arnold has been watching. From across the room. Quietly observing. He saw the pose. Saw Ed's innovation. Saw something he's never seen before. Arnold stands. Walks across the room. Directly toward Ed. Ed sees Arnold approaching in the mirror. His stomach tightens. Not from the vacuum pose. From nerves. Why is Arnold coming over? What does he want? Champions don't usually approach competitors the night before a show. Arnold stops beside Ed, looks at Ed's reflection in the mirror. That pose, Arnold says. The vacuum with the arms behind your head. That's new. Ed nods. Cautious. Yeah, I've been working on it. Arnold is quiet for a moment. Studying. Analyzing. His face is unreadable. Then he speaks. It's magnificent. Ed blinks. Did Arnold just compliment his pose? His secret weapon? The thing he's been developing to beat Arnold? You think so? Ed asks. Arnold nods. Serious. Not joking. Not being sarcastic. Absolutely. The way you're combining the vacuum with the arm position, it showcases your taper perfectly. And it's artistic. Elegant. The judges will love it. Ed is confused now. This doesn't make sense. Why would Arnold, his main competition, tell him his pose is good? Why would Arnold help him? But Ed hesitates. This is something I was planning to use tomorrow. To, compete against you. Arnold smiles slightly. Not mocking. Genuine. I know. And you're telling me it's good? I'm telling you it's excellent. You should absolutely use it. Ed stares at Arnold, trying to figure out the angle, the strategy, the mind game. Because that's what champions do, right? They get in your head. They plant seeds of doubt. They make you second-guess yourself. But Arnold's face shows none of that. Just honest appreciation. Why? Ed finally asks. Why tell me this? Why help me? Arnold turns away from the mirror, looks directly at Ed, face to face. Because I want to beat the best version of you, not a lesser version. Ed furrows his brow. I don't understand. Arnold gestures around the room. At all the competitors. Everyone here has been training for a year. Sacrificing. Dieting. Working. All for tomorrow night. You've been developing that pose for months. It's beautiful. It's innovative. If you don't use it because you're afraid it might work against me, then what's the point? Pauses. I don't want to win because you held back. I want to win because I brought my best, and it was better than everyone else's best, including yours. Ed is processing this. His entire understanding of competition is being challenged. In his experience, competitors sabotage each other. They hide techniques. They spread misinformation. They play mind games. They do whatever it takes to win. But Arnold is doing the opposite. He's encouraging his competition, making him better, helping him improve, right before they face each other on stage. But what if? Ed says slowly. What if that pose helps me beat you? Arnold's smile widens. Then you'll have earned it. And I'll know I lost to your best, not my failure to help you reach it. Arnold puts his hand on Ed's shoulder. Not aggressive. Supportive. Use the pose, Ed, tomorrow night. Show the judges what you've been working on. Make me work for this title. Because easy victories mean nothing. I want to beat competitors, not defeat amateurs. Then Arnold walks back to his corner. Sits down. Returns to his visualization. Like the conversation never happened. Ed stands there. Stunned. Confused. Moved. No competitor has ever done this. No champion has ever helped him before a show. Especially not Arnold. Especially not the night before Mr. Olympia. Ed looks at himself in the mirror. Hits the pose again. The vacuum with arms behind his head. And for the first time, he's not just proud of the pose. He's proud to be competing. Really competing. Not just showing up. Competing against the best. Who wants him to be the best? The next evening. Saturday night. September 20th, 1975. Mr. Olympia stage. Pretoria City Hall. Sold out. Thousands of people. The energy is electric. 15 competitors. All waiting backstage. All prepared. All nervous. Arnold and Ed stand near each other. Not talking. Just existing in the same space. Sharing the pre-stage tension. Ed glances at Arnold. Thank you. Ed says quietly. For last night. Arnold nods. Show them what you've been working on. I will. They're called to stage. The lights are blinding. The audience roars. This is it. The moment everything builds toward. Mandatory poses first. Each competitor hits the required poses. Front double bicep. Side chest. Back double bicep. Front lat spread. The standards. Arnold is Arnold. Massive, proportioned, commanding. His poses look effortless, like he's not even trying. But every angle is perfect. Every muscle is controlled. This is mastery. Ed hits his mandatory poses. Beautiful, elegant, not as big as Arnold, but artistic. His transitions are flawless. His presentation is poetry. The audience appreciates him. Always has. He's a favorite, just not the champion. Then comes the individual routines. Each competitor gets 60 seconds to showcase their physique however they want. Their personal presentation. Their signature moment. Ed steps forward. His music begins. Soft. Classical. Matching his style. He moves through standard poses. Elegant. Controlled. Showcasing his aesthetic. Then, 40 seconds in, he does it. The new pose. The vacuum with arms behind his head. He inhales deep. Expands his chest. Pulls his stomach in. The vacuum is extreme. His rib cage flares. His lats spread. His waist vanishes. Then he raises his arms. Hands behind his head. Like he's relaxing. But the pose is anything but relaxed. It's a showcase of control. Of artistry. Of innovation. The audience gasps. Literally gasps. Judges lean forward. Taking notes. This is new. This is different. This is beautiful. Ed holds it for 8 seconds. Then transitions smoothly into his next pose. The routine continues. But that moment lingers. That pose echoes. He finishes. Steps back. The applause is thunderous. Ed knows. That worked. That really worked. Backstage, Arnold watches on a monitor. Sees Ed's pose. Sees the audience reaction. Sees the judges responding. Franco Columbu stands beside Arnold. That pose, Franco says. That could cost you points. Arnold nods. I know. You told him to use it, didn't you? Arnold smiles. I told him it was excellent. I told him the judges would love it. I was right on both counts. Franco shakes his head. Why would you help him? Arnold turns to Franco. Because winning against Ed's best is more valuable than winning against Ed's fear. The decision takes an hour. The judges deliberate. The audience waits. The competitors stand backstage. Nervous. Exhausted. Hoping. Finally, the announcement. Third place, Lou Ferrigno. Second place, Ed Corney. First place, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold wins. His 7th Mr. Olympia title. But the margin is close. Closer than previous years. Ed pushed him. Really pushed him. That new pose scored points. Made an impact. Elevated Ed's presentation. Backstage afterward, Ed approaches Arnold. Both holding their trophies. Congratulations, Ed says. You too. Second place. That's incredible. Ed shakes his head. Still processing. You helped me get here. You told me to use that pose, knowing it might hurt your score. Arnold shrugs. It did hurt my score. You placed higher than you would have without it. But that's the point. Ed doesn't understand. Why is that the point? Arnold thinks for a moment. Then explains. Ed, I've won this competition 7 times. I'll probably win it again. But you know what I'll remember from tonight? Not my victory. Your pose. The one you innovated. The one that pushed me. That made me work harder than I've worked in years. Pauses. Easy wins are forgettable. Battles are memorable. You gave me a battle tonight. That's worth more than a comfortable victory. Ed's eyes water slightly. Not from sadness. From being seen. From being respected. From competing not just against a champion, but beside one. Thank you, Ed says. For making me better. Arnold extends his hand. Thank you for making me earn it. They shake. 2 competitors. 1 champion. 1 runner-up. But both elevated. Both better for having faced each other at their best. Years later, Ed Corney would tell this story to young bodybuilders. Arnold didn't have to help me. He could have kept quiet. Let me doubt myself. Let fear keep me from using my best pose. He would have won easier. But Arnold didn't want easy. He wanted real. He wanted to beat my best, not my fear. Pauses. That's what separates champions from winners. Winners want easy victories. Champions want real battles. Because championships aren't just about trophies. They're about legacy. And Arnold's legacy isn't just that he won. It's that he made everyone around him better. Even his competitors. Especially his competitors. Arnold rarely talks about that night specifically. But when asked about his philosophy on competition, he always says the same thing. Competition isn't about destroying your opponent. It's about elevating each other. When you help your competitor get better, you force yourself to get better. That's how excellence compounds. Not through sabotage, through mutual elevation. The lesson isn't about bodybuilding. It's about what competition means. Most people think competition is war. Zero-sum. Your gain is my loss. Your success is my failure. Destroy them before they destroy you. But Arnold understood something deeper. Competition is collaboration. Two people pushing each other toward excellence. Making each other better through mutual challenge. When you sabotage your competitor, you rob yourself of a real test. When you elevate your competitor, you elevate yourself. Ed's pose made Arnold work harder. Made Arnold earn his 7th title. Made the victory meaningful instead of inevitable. That's valuable. That's worth more than an easy win. Who in your life are you sabotaging? Who are you keeping weak because you're afraid of their strength? Who are you refusing to help because you're scared they might surpass you? And more importantly, what are you stealing from yourself by keeping them small? What growth are you preventing? What excellence are you avoiding? Because Arnold taught Ed a pose that could beat him, and it didn't beat him, but it made him better, made the competition better, made the sport better. That's not weakness. That's the ultimate strength. The strength to know that excellence shared is excellence multiplied. That helping your competitor doesn't diminish you. It elevates everyone. Champions don't create easy paths to victory. They create worthy opponents. Because legacy isn't built on who you destroyed. It's built on who you elevated. Arnold won 7 Mr. Olympias. But his legacy isn't 7 trophies. It's that he made bodybuilding better by making his competitors better. That's not just winning. That's mastery.